I want to ask you, I see many venture capital have been investing in CyberMiles, and especially Cybernaut campaign. Can you explain what makes them invest?
Yes, so we have a campaign, a Supernode campaign for Genesis validators. And what that means is that our blockchain is in development, and once we're ready to release the mainnet, we're going to have those who are going to be driving or be powering the blockchain or helping us power and empower the community. Those are our super nodes. So they're invested in CMT, they're invested in the blockchain, they believe in the technology, they believe in the project, and they're going to help us successfully launch it. So that's what the Supernode campaign is really about. Is we've been very lucky to have a community all over the world that has bought into CyberMiles, and there are those who are really invested in it, who are going to be a powerful force in helping make the blockchain a success right off the bat. And those are our supernodes, our Genesis validators.
Yeah, yes. Okay, and another question. I want to ask you, do you think CyberMind can be a $1.5 billion company, or in top 10, 20 car market cap, and how long?
Well, I can't say how long, but what I will say is that there's huge potential in e-commerce. I mean, it's more than $1 trillion global industry, and with CyberMiles and the potential for CyberMiles is that we can power e-commerce businesses that want to decentralize on the blockchain all over the world. And so it's not just a Vietnam or China, the US, it's countries all over the world, because where there are people buying and selling things. There are businesses and consumers that have things to sell and things to buy, and our blockchain is going to help bring them together and help make those e-commerce relationships stronger.
Yeah, so great. Okay, and I see many projects now announce that they have very high TPS, transaction per second, and 100,000 to 500,000 TPS, and even 1 million TPS. Do you think this situation will affect 7 miles with 10,000 TPS?
Yeah, so we try to make our goal for transactions per second achievable. Part of the reason is, unlike some other blockchains that are very broad, our blockchain is specifically designed and optimized for e-commerce. So we understand how e-commerce works, online marketplaces work, and we understand that the transaction speed is important, because if it's too slow or too expensive, people are less likely to use it. And so 10,000 TPS is the goal that we had set, because we think that's achievable. We also think that's a good benchmark for a high-performing network.
Yeah. Okay, and Supermine has one available its ecosystem, and Supermine and some cooperation partners in e-commerce sector. So I want to ask you, besides the podcast of blockchain development for e-commerce sector, and does Supermine have any plans to add more different fields to your ecosystem?
Yeah, so we're just getting started. Last spring, a few months ago, we released our test net, so the beta version of our blockchain. In a few months, we'll release mainnet. So at that point, the blockchain will be fully operational. We think that there's going to be more and more online marketplaces. We've already announced partnerships with a few of them,
Yes.
and we think there will be more and more over time that migrate to the CyberMiles blockchain. So these are existing marketplaces with customers already that may want to decentralize on the CyberMiles blockchain. We're in discussions with other customers as well as partners to expand our ecosystem. So the ecosystem itself is bigger than just CyberMiles, but we're bringing organizations together in a way that I think is going to affect a lot more people around the world.
Okay. Um, those things, what the real main competitor of CyberMiles? What will CyberMiles help or do to compete with them?
Well, I think partly it's that we have a very specific focus, which is on e-commerce, and like I mentioned before, there's a lot of blockchain projects that are either very broad, or they're theoretical. They don't have existing user bases, and what we do is we have customers with millions of consumers,
Yes.
buyers and sellers that already use their platforms. That gives us a huge advantage right off the bat, because we're not having to attract consumers.
Yes.
Our customers have those consumers. Those consumers are already buying and selling with each other all over the world. And basically, what we promise is that, with the CyberMiles blockchain, with decentralized applications and technology, we can make their business stronger, and we can make their consumers more secure. So.
Yes. Okay, thank you for your answer.